Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to film a tutorial using the new 35M Boss Mood Palette by Morphe brushes. So I actually got this a few weeks ago and I've been really lazy about sitting down and actually filming a tutorial. So here we are, and this is the look we came up with today. So if you want to see how this all came together, then just keep on watching. So I'm going to start off with the shade Play It Cool on a Morphe M504. There have been 3 palettes to ever have come out that I just kind of felt were made specifically with me in mind as far as like the color story goes. The first one was the Jeffree Star Androgyny palette, which I feel like I need to go into and I need to start using that one a little bit more often. I use it a lot in the beginning, and then I just haven't used that one for a while. The Gemini palette from Melt Cosmetics, because it's that perfect, like, you know, puke and diarrhea color story that I love so much. And now this 35M Boss Mood palette by Morphe. And what I feel like happened with this palette is they took Androgyny and they took Gemini and they kind of mashed them together and made like this perfect palette for me. I saw it online, I fell in love with it. And then I was kind of like, you know, I already have basically every one of those shades and some other incarnation, again, because these are the kind of colors that I gravitate towards. But there's something about it that just kind of kept calling to me. I had to have it. And as you can see, as I'm blending the shade in here, especially in this area, I've got so much crazy texture and I have so many breakouts. My skin is fucked right now. It really is. My skin is in a really bad place right now. And I feel like it could be a combination of a couple things. I think first and foremost, my diet fucking sucks right now. I've lost a little bit of weight, but at the same time, I'm not eating any healthier. Like, I'm still eating just fucking garbage, and it's Halloween, so there's like Reese cups everywhere, and I can't help myself. I have to eat them. My skincare regimen has kind of changed around a little bit lately. I bought a bunch of stuff from The Ordinary, and I bought some stuff from Bioderma, and then a few other things. And I think in playing around and switching up my skincare routine, I don't think my skin has really liked a lot of it. So, like, look, that... Do you see that? I mean, hopefully with enough eyeshadow and enough stuff going on, I'll be able to like cover that, but that texture is just really bad right now. I've been trying to get my skin calmed down a little bit, so I haven't really been wearing as much makeup, so hence the reason why I've been a little MIA on my YouTube channel, and then even on my Instagram. It's like I posted a few pictures of a few makeup looks, but honestly a lot of them are just kind of like recycled from a few weeks ago. So anybody that's new to my channel, I've actually had quite a few new subscribers lately, so welcome if you're new. And I've had quite a few people start following me on Instagram, probably from my channel here, but then I haven't really been posting a lot of like makeup related things on my Instagram, so I don't know. And then, you know, it's October. October is half over already. I have done nothing Halloween related on my channel. I mean, again, for me, like, Halloween is a lifestyle, not a holiday. So, I mean, I fucking live and breathe Halloween all year round. But again, it's like now the month is half over and I've done like nothing as far as Halloween goes. So do I start now? Do I get like one Halloween themed video up like around Halloween? And it was like summer until like a few days ago. So it's like, I don't know, it's weird. It's like, it's Halloween, and I mean, I love October and I love everything about Halloween, but I guess I just feel, maybe I just don't feel like I'm in the Halloween spirit this year. So that's a really good kind of ugly transition shade. I love the color story in this palette. There's so much going on, and I feel like there's so many different kind of looks that you can create with it. Why don't we go ahead and use this green shade here? It's called Express Yourself on a Morphe M433. I have not yet used this shade. I think this one kind of blended into Play It Cool will kind of come up with this weird ugly. Again, I think I'm going for ugly today. Maybe something leaning a little bit more towards what the Gemini palette is. So, and that one seems pretty pigmented and it blends really easily. So I am definitely a fan of this one so far. I think the combination of these two colors is definitely a little bit kind of like Exorcist puke green, which I watched The Exorcist last night. It was on AMC. AMC finally started their Fright Fest, and so even though those movies are all like edited and cut up, and it is nice that you can wake up in the morning, turn on the TV, and there's already stuff on. You know what I mean? And I'm hoping that the new Halloween movie is going to be pretty good. That's coming out this weekend, so I'm going to go see that one. I haven't actually been to a theater to see a movie since last October, actually. I saw Happy Death Day last year, and that was the last movie I saw in the theater, which that movie was actually really fucking good. And being a horror fan my entire life, it's hard because it's like the older I get, the less impressed I am with pretty much anything. I think everything's just kind of already been done. So now it's kind of just like remake after remake after remake. And, so every once in a while when something like Happy Death Day comes out and it's like, something completely different, like a totally new take on the genre, it is refreshing and it is nice. And even though that was like a PG-13 rated movie and there was like no blood and there was no gore, it was still so good. I still felt like it could have used a little bit of gore. I'm a big fan of gore. Speaking of gore, there is a movie that I just saw, but I watched it on Netflix and it's called Terrifier, and it's about a killer clown. And I don't think clowns are scary by any means. Like, I just don't. They don't scare me. But that movie and that clown, I kind of felt like if you're the kind of person who is afraid of clowns, the clown in that movie is gonna fuck you up for the rest of your life. Like, you're gonna have nightmares about this clown. Like, he was just so creepy, and like his facial expressions, and he never talks, he never says anything. So everything is in like his facial expressions and his body movement. And he's so creepy, and he's fucking brutal too. I mean, there's some really good kills in that movie. So if you're into the slasher genre, or if you just wanna see a movie, if you're afraid of clowns and you want to see a movie that is going to like scare you, The Terrifier. I don't think it's called The Terrifier. I think it's just Terrifier on Netflix is a really, really good movie. And I really want to play around with these greens, so I'm going to use the shade Nude Tude, and I'm going to start packing that into the crease area on the outer and inner. And maybe we'll do kind of like a halo. Maybe we'll do kind of a halo effect. So I'm going to focus more of that color on the outside and the inside, and then just kind of like wrap it around. Yeah, I've definitely been purging a lot lately, and I was gonna make a video, but then it was kind of like last minute and I forgot, so I didn't end up doing it, but I've been getting rid of so much makeup lately. I've got a lot of stuff, I've got a lot of crap, but I don't want to be at hoarder status. The way I've been purging, it's been kind of like one thing in, 5 things out. So even though I've been like buying a lot lately, I kind of have ended up with less stuff. I've definitely learned to let go quite a bit, especially when it comes to makeup. And I think it's important to let go when it comes to makeup because, I mean, the shit only lasts for so long. But as far as like, eyeshadow palettes that I bought, maybe use like one time. Foundations, I buy a lot of foundations for my kit, for my professional kit. And, I don't really do a whole lot of makeup on the side. I'm a hairdresser by trade, and, I do makeup when it's needed. I keep a lot of stuff like that for my kit, but if I'm only doing makeup like, 2 or 3 times a year, I'm not gonna hold on to all of that extra foundation and all that stuff. At some point, I'm just gonna kind of give it away because I'm not trying to hold on to that forever and then use it on a client and it's like old and expired, you know what I mean? So I definitely end up getting rid of a lot of that kind of stuff. And I think that maybe this palette is available at Ulta now. I can't be 100% sure, but I feel like I saw that somewhere. There's another one that came out that I think was an Ulta exclusive, and I think it was more kind of like neutrals and like blues and maybe like a few purples and stuff in there, but that one didn't really catch my eye that much. But this one, and it's so ugly, I love it. Let's go ahead and do more green. On this Morphe M507, I'm gonna dip into the shade Green with Envy. And there's definitely some fallout with these matte shades, so you're definitely gonna wanna either do your eyes first and your foundation second, or lay down plenty of translucent powder, which I have done, And after I get the shade laid down, I'm actually going to kind of sweep away some of that fallout and set down just a little bit more translucent powder, just to make sure that I'm not, you know, making a giant mess. Definitely fallout, but like no patchiness. Like these shades really blend out super, super nice. And this brush I love so much for like little detailed crease work, especially when it comes to like the very inner corners here. And on that same brush, just kind of darkening right at my lower lash line. And then to add some more depth and dimension, I'm gonna dip into the shade Black Magic on this Morphe M321. Just gonna darken up those corners even more. That seems like a pretty good black, actually. It's like really pigmented. It doesn't seem like it's creating any more of a mess than anything else. Yeah, there's definitely some fallout with that, but I mean, again, we're going for like really grungy, really ugly, really kind of like dark, raccoony, smoky today, so if the black gets a little bit messy, I'm actually okay with that today. Then I'm basically just kind of going back with some of those other shades and just kind of making sure that the edges are kind of soft, kind of blended out. So this second shade in on the top row here, Pop Star, I used it the other day and I fucking loved it. So I'm gonna go ahead and use it again today because it's gonna work really well with everything that we've already got going on. I'm gonna apply that with my finger right over top of the NYX Glitter Primer to really give that shadow some intensity and some more pop. Then just kind of blurring those edges a little bit, especially on this side where I got just a little bit carried away. I'm gonna go ahead and pop a little bit of that on the center of the lower lash line as well, just to give the under eye a little bit of a pop. Blur out the edges of that a little bit too. And this is definitely gonna enhance texture and fine lines under the eyes, but honestly, I just don't really care that much. So now on my waterline, I'm gonna use this old, discontinued, probably not eye safe at this point. This is the Kohl Power Eye Pencil in the shade Mystery. So on top and on bottom where I put Pop Star, I'm gonna go over top of that with this MAC Glitter in Iridescent White. And that's just gonna kind of show off a little bit more reflection in that kind of yellowy green shade. And that kind of ended up being a little bit more of an explosion of glitter on the underneath than I really thought I was gonna go for. But I really fucking like it. So to keep everything a little cohesive with this green eye look I have going on today, I totally just spit. I'm gonna use the Extra Dimension Skin Finish by MAC in the shade Beaming Blush. I'm gonna use that as my inner corner highlight and for my cheekbone highlight. Okay, so let me just get some lashes and lips on really quick and I'll be right back with the final look. And that is gonna be the final look. Lashes, I use Voluminous Lash Paradise like always. And on my lips today, I got a new, it's not new, but it's new to me, one of these Megalast Liquid Catsuit Matte Lipsticks by Wet n Wild. This is in the shade, Berry Recognize. And I actually really like the way that it looks with the green. I don't know, you guys like it? Let me know down below. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you guys on the next one.